An ambush this time around, once again, between Mad Hatters and the Cupcake Bandits, who have faced against each other earlier today. The winner of this will go on to face the BFS team for the final spot out of Group E. So, and the loser, well, they go home. They're out of the Sky League for this
Call it a
set
vacation.
of matches. Yes. They're going golfing. All right, so let's give a quick rundown of ships on the That Which Will Be. This is Velvet's ship. We've got that Hades Artemis up front with an Artemis flare gun on the side. And on the Pinprick, we've got a Metamidion with that Gatling mortar up front and a double Mercury on the side.
And for the Wolvies, we've got the Nymph. We have, let's see, looks like same build as last time, or from the other stream. It's Hades up top, Gatlings on the bottom for both sides, and a Merc on the front. And for ramming speed, let's see if it's the same thing as well. No, it is not, actually. He's got the Merc up top or up front, but he also has he's got Gatling on top and Hades on the bottom on the sides. So looks like they're taking pretty much the same loadout. Yeah, barely mirroring each other besides the placement of the guns. And it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, a lot of armor stripping going on. And as I mentioned, Hades, once again, deceptively useful against permanent hull. Of course, nothing compared to, explosive type of weapon, but it does not mean that it does not do a decent amount of damage against hull. So if they can kind of get maybe one ship firing the Hades, but maybe I'd like to see double Hades on one side instead. Regardless, interesting loadout. They did win it with it basically last match. So
if nothing, a lot of versatility. A lot of versatility coming out of those ranges. And they seem to favor focusing one target, which is very nice to see. So it'll be interesting to see which one that they deem the higher priority target on the Mad Hatters team.
Now, it'd also be interesting to see if they still keep on favoring that front Mercury on approach from other teams. The Soviet Alaska, I believe it was, who is a galleon, that Mercury does very well. It has a lot of charged guns to knock out. It has a lot of surface area to actually hit. But here, against the Pyramidion, might not be as effective. You can, especially if they're coming from the forward angle, you're gonna hit some hull.
Well, they're right now spots going down. That Which Will Be is taking the focus fire, it seems. Looks like he's wanting to bug out.
Pipe strats.
Pipe strats.
I'm calling it right now. We're going pipe strats. we're going pipe strats. This should be fun.
Oh, and with Pinprick reversing, I will wholeheartedly say pipe strats are going to be happening.
And pipe strats, of course, is definitely when you go up through that. Well, you know what? They actually might use far side strats as well.
They might.
Pipe strats is what I've taken to calling when you go through the little hole where this pipe is. You can squeeze pretty much any ship through there. I don't think a Mobula can fit through there, but I've been able to take a Spire. I haven't tried a Galleon, but I've been able to take every other ship through there.
Don't think a Galleon would make it.
Yeah, I think a Galleon's going to be a little bit too big. You do end up dragging a little bit, and that final push is
when you get stuck there, it's the hitboxes get really silly once you actually do tap something.
I will also say, however, it is kind of hard to get around the edge of this rock. You got to have a lot of speed, and you're going to have to make that turn very, very fast. And if you don't, you're going to start bouncing against these rocks. So
and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, they're going to come around the side
I'm not sure if blue team knows that you can actually come around here, so this might be a big surprise for them as they come around that rock.
And it's a Pinprick, and that which
spot's
will be
going down, and it's going to have a very good engagement here.
Yeah, that wind pushed them back over, but they got around the side of that rock quickly enough. Ramming speed getting focused on now here by Pinprick, and that which will be Pinprick taking some damage in return as well, but ramming speed getting a lot of damage put onto it.
A lot of focus fire and just obliterated. But Pinprick's hull going down, but that lack of explosive is definitely going to be a factor. He's going to get that hull armor up fairly quickly. They're going to turn. They're going to focus down Nymph.
Absolutely, Nymph taking a A lot of fire in return here. They did get some of that armor and a little bit of permanent damage into the pinprick, but Nymph is going to have a very hard time against the sustained fire. But a lot of those shots start missing. However, the following shots are hitting here.
Yep, and hull armor down. Mortar raining him, but missed a lot of shots, and they got the hull armor back up. I do believe it is borrowed time, however, as Nymph is consistently getting focused down here. His hull will go down, and those mortars will run in.
Mortars of the pinprick taking him down once more. Ramming speed in the general vicinity has been shooting some of that Gatling over at these ships, but ramming speed now needs to get out of there and rams itself with speed right into that pipe, making him fall back down into the arcs of these two Mad Hatter ships, and they are just not letting up at all.
Yeah, they are not going to let go as the focus fire comes on in. That hull goes down really quickly. No mortar? There it is.
Mortar, but
but it was too late.
However,
again,
balloon down.
Focus fire will take it down.
Yeah, and this is just the power of focus fire, and as we mentioned
and again,
before,
we see now Nymph coming in. They keep coming in one at a time. This is not going to do them any kind of favors, as Nymph now coming around, and the gents just basically turning their ships around at a merry-go-round as they fly around.
Yeah, and continuing just focus fire one ship at a time. Nymph meat grinding himself into the situation once again. And Nymph staying alive just a little bit. There you go, finally.
Alright.
So, you know, it's not the Mad Hatter team making a few errant shots here and there, so you know, they do have a little bit of kinks to work out at little times, but really it's just one ship after another.
We see a spawn for blue way on the other side of their spawn to get away from that very meat grind situation that they were in, and now it's 4-0.
And this is a terrible space to be for Cupcake Bandits. We'll see if they can pull some rabbits out of their mad hats, but it's going to be very, very hard. The Mad Hatter team, very good. And it will be difficult to be able to pull back a 5-4 victory. Still.
Although, apparently somebody did do it today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In this game, as I said, you can't ever call it because it happens all too often. And I swear to God, the moment I say, oh, this game's over, that's the day when the other team's going to come back from a 5-0, from 4-0 down and win. All right, so we are having that which will be in pinprick move on forth. I do realize that the two Cupcake ships have, in fact, respawned somewhere else. Big ships are... problem is that they're really backing themselves into a corner here once again. And
yeah,
they really don't really have any place to run and continue shooting those mercs if that's what they want to do, or, you know, maybe go sideways if they start shooting those side guns. And if the Mad Hatter team busts out of these clouds, they're gonna have a very hard time.
It'll be interesting to see who spots who first, or if spots even. I'm sure.
I think at this range, they've got to be hearing some drums.
There's a spot on the nymph, so Red's
yep.
gonna get it first. I don't think they see them in the cloud.
I think they may have caught a whiff of an engine. They definitely couldn't throw down some spots, but they do know that they're there, especially now with those shots coming in.
They definitely know they're there now, and they're going to start moving in and doing what they need to do.
Yeah, a lot of those Hades completely whiffing, however. Finally, a few of them connecting onto the nymph. Pinprick coming up on the ramming speed. Pinprick
a ram on
the ramming speed backwards. Nymph taking a decent amount of damage as well. Pinprick taking some
ramming speed
in return.
Taking a lot of focus fire.
Ramming speed getting knocked out of the sky. So, Mad Hatters will move on with a 5-0 victory. It's a pretty good showing, however, by the Cupcake Bandits, at least in that second match, if nothing else. They do manage to win a game, and however, they fortunately will lose out of here. Setting up a Mad Hatter versus BFS match for the final spot, and we'll see if these two gents teams, recovering from the loss of their teammate, Timmy B, they will be able to pull out a victory for him and both move on to the next round. It would be I would say it would be kind of an upset if BFS manages